Yo, just a quick video on what I think is good, but by no means am an expert. It's just my own style of play. So I have specialised in combat at the moment. So if you click on the combat over on the left hand side, you can see I'm level 19. I've got an extra, at this point, 19% damage and 9.5% damage mitigation. I've got an extra 12 skill points, which I'll show you in a minute in the skill tree. Extra 15 health and an extra 25 max stamina. So that's huge in terms of survivability, especially in the higher tier dungeons. Later on, you can see that you can get more skill points as you go. You get more health, an extra 5 at level 26. And then as we keep going along, we've got 3 more skill points. Obviously, the damage and damage mitigation just goes up passively as you gain levels, which is awesome. And then again, later, you're going to get more stamina, more health, etc. as you go up. Now, when you compare this, so look at the 19% damage output compared with the sabotage tree. When you stagger, there's an extra 5% damage on top. Okay, so headshot damage, extra 10%. Obviously, explosive barrels, you don't want to be near one. If you shoot it, that's probably going to hurt. Extra cash, less detection radius, and also trigger trap delay. This is good for the poison room. So you trigger the poison or a trap, and you've got time to move away from it before it explodes. But yeah, this damage to targets and headshot damage just pairs nicely with combat. Unless you're doing exploration and want to expand your inventory, I think this tree is basically useless until you've maxed out at least 1 or 2 other trees. But then on top of that, you want crafting, so, or at least someone in the guild to max out crafting. I've got to level 10 so far because garment augmentation limit is +1, so you can add those new schematics to garments, as well as tier 3 and tier 1 LA added to weapons and blades, basically, swords, short swords, that sort of thing. And then as you get up to the higher levels, your durability and that sort of stuff lowers. But level 30, you can add 2 traits to a weapon, 2 traits to a blade, and then even higher, I think the level 42, you get an extra 1 for the garment. So when you're doing those higher tier dungeons, I expect we're probably going to need that when we get to, level 15 or 20 and above to maximize what's going on there. And yeah, I only did level 1 in both of these just because the first one is a lot higher than basically the rest of the tree. So the default ones here are pretty good. So quickly moving into skills. Get back to skills. So extra 12 points in skill. So what I've tried to do there is literally any of the passive skills that you use, I try and at least have those. So garment keeper, tailoring, don't really care about those, but look, range damage, headshot damage. I'm using rifles and base and scatterguns, so you want those maxed out depending on your play style. But then also, I've done bugger all in the scientist tree, also the paleontologist tree, apart from overcharge, rerouting, just because it's useful for using your power generation and stuff. Again, sword damage is huge. Trauma recovery, metabolize poison. So you want this when doing the poison dungeon. So when you're not doing it, don't equip it. But if you do that dungeon, just drop it in there. It's going to help you out immensely. And then when you've finished, basically put the headshot damage back in if that's your playstyle, right? Whatever you want, okay? But my goal is to get pretty much all of the passive skills where necessary, and then I can just focus on the techniques and abilities as I need them. I really only got 4 techniques, and I swap 2 of them in and out, the headshot and the poison damage. All right, so yeah, that's in a nutshell. Keep doing the combat, keep doing the sabotage, and at least get to level 10 in crafting so that you can add them to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to need a guild member to add any of these new schematics to what are they called? Augmentations, sorry, to your weapons or your gear, right? So yeah, anyway, that's it from me. Thanks.